Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. My very good morning to you all, wherever you are at this point in time. I bless you all and I welcome you all to this broadcast of this day. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time we go live or post something new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. In case you are still wondering who is on the line, I still remain your one and only. This is Okute Daily Talk, where we speak to you the undiluted truth about the things of life and about what is happening in our different areas of jurisdiction, and about what is happening in the country, or the mistake of a country called Nigeria, and their selection, which is called election coming next month. So please, I don't want to waste much of our time. Let's go straight into the business of the day, because time is money. We are going to start our news by the return of Mbaka. I cease to call him Reverend Mbaka since the inception of being a politician. Instead of answering the call that God called him, or he called God. Only them can tell, because I was not there when he was called. So let us start our news and to know what he said again about either Biafra or P2B, because that is what the area of specialization. He keep on selling all manner of tapia to us. He sold a Buhari to us and called good luck a bad luck. So let us see what he have for us coming 2023. Because he must surely have something. He have been turned into a politician pastor since I started eating politicians' money. So if you go there, you didn't give him money, or he have a contact with you, you didn't give him money, just know it that he will campaign against you. That is what we are seeing in Nigeria. Fiery Catholic priest Mbaka returns to Adoration Ministry 8 months after suspension. The priest and spiritual director of Adoration Ministry Enugu, Reverend Ejike Mbaka, has returned from the monastery after 8 months of suspension. I hope he have learned his lessons, or maybe he will still continue from where he stopped. Okute News reviewed a video circulating online of a crowd welcoming Mbaka at the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. Recall that Enugu Catholic Diocese shut his adoration ministry on June 3, 2022, and banned Mbaka from commenting on political issues. The church later reopened the ministry and turned it into chaplaincy to monitor the excesses in the ministry. Late in October, the Catholic Bishop of Enugu Diocese, Most Reverend Callistus Onaga, asked Mbaka to proceed to the monastery for more revelations concerning his ministry. Reverend Father Anthony Amadi was consequently named to replace him as the new chaplain of the Adoration Ministry chaplaincy. So that is all you people need to know about the return of the controversial and political father who have forgotten about the war God sent him, other than the involving himself in politics, doing some dirty businesses with politicians, going to Asorok and government houses to be praying for them. And since we have been praying for, I never see the country is good though. Reverend Father Mbaka, I cease to call you Reverend Father Mbaka, I never see the country is good. Please let us proceed to another news and forget about all these our politician so-called pastors, Sabi reverends. 2023, presidential candidates attacking Obasanjo over P2B are anarchists, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has slammed those criticizing former President Olusegun Obasanjo for publicly endorsing P2B of the Labour Party for presidency. The group reminded such individuals that rights to freedom of expression are enshrined in Article 19 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The rights group said anyone, group or individual criticizing the open endorsement of Obi by Obasanjo is not a real and genuine Democrat, but an anarchist. According to the group, those politicians against the endorsement are showing early signs that if they are elected Nigerian president, they will be intolerant to dissenting opinions and could progressively become dictators. Exactly the point. All these people that is criticizing will be starting from APC, starting from PDP, and the rest of them have one way or the other went to meet this particular man. But simply because he did not endorse their principal or their presidential candidate, it has now turned to a battleground, or it has now become a kind of what will I call it? It has now become a crime for somebody to air his view. You have your own candidate and you are canvassing vote for that candidate. So what makes it different for Obasanjo to endorse P2B? Afanife and the rest of them have been endorsing Atiku, what do they call himself? This one again, Chatham House have been endorsing Tunumbu, and the rest of them. Nobody complained. Other than the gaps he keep on making in every of his outings. That is what people are complaining. And his real age is not yet ascertained. Still yet, they are out there making noise over and over again. What is wrong with Nigerians? And all these their evil and the stupid spokesman and big spokespersons. I don't understand what is happening. They have to take things easy. According to the group, those politicians against endorsement are showing early signs. Of course, when elected tomorrow, bear it in mind that they will turn to dictators, just like the one that is about to go now. Obasanjo, in his New Year message, recommended Obi to Nigerians because he, Obasanjo, thinks the Anambra-born politicians has indisputable credibility in all facts of leadership. However, the endorsements have attracted criticisms from the other political formations, adding that it was shocking that politicians who has themselves gone to Obasanjo for endorsement are now dismissing his recommendations of Obi as meaningless. Of course, that is it, and that's the politics for you. The Human Rights Advocacy Group therefore called for greater tolerance of dissenting opinions by candidates. Constitutional democracy thrives under the atmosphere of free exercise of the entire scopes of fundamental rights, right provisions enshrined in the Constitution and codified in the diverse international human rights laws, treaties, and conventions signed on by Nigeria and domesticated into our local statutes and laws. The group said in a statement signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Ongbiko. You get the point now. If you don't get the point, then forget it. We are moving. Youth group condemned endorsement of P2B by former President Obasanjo. The crime of this man is what I yet to understand. And the crime of Obi is simply because somebody endorses him is what I still don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. These Nigerians, oh well, both old and young now is as against Obasanjo, but the time he is busy receiving all of them in his farm or in Ota, he received almost all the big heads in this coming elections. Nobody says anything. Now he chooses his candidate. Everybody is complaining. What can we do in Nigeria? I am very, very sure that all these candidates that are complaining, if they are the ones that Obasanjo endorses for this coming election, there wouldn't be fracas just like this. I mean, happy to be suddenly turned to outcast. I don't understand though. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has been described as an ex-dictator who is unfit to impose a candidate on Nigerian youths. What is the economy of 2007 when Obasanjo left office to today? Let us be mindful of what we said. And all these APC people, when they complain, small time when I come out and begin to say, oh, it's obedience are this and that, and the one attacking people on the internet. But this stupid APC with the government that have rubbishes the economy of the country and they keep on borrowing till tomorrow, I have still not done anything. they are right in their own opinion. Obasanjo urged Nigerians to vote for the Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi in the next month's presidential elections. Obasanjo has endorsed Obi in an open letter to young Nigerians where he described Obi as his mentee. Condemning the endorsement, the Patriotic Youth Front of Nigeria rejected the former president's alleged imposition of Obi on Nigerian youths. The PYFN President Maxwell Oga, in a statement he signed, alleged Obasanjo's hands are stained with innocent blood, which makes him unfit to advise the Nigerian youth on whom to vote for president. Oga said Obasanjo's endorsement of Peter Obi is rather a disservice to the upcoming national politicians instead of being a boast, because there is ample evidence that whatever this erstwhile civilian dictator lays his hands upon turns to dust. His endorsement of the obedient brand has consequently doomed the P2B candidacy, as Obasanjo's track record of satanic evil will haunt the Labour Party's presidential bid. We find it necessary to call our former president Obasanjo for his dubious or devious double standard and attempt to scam Nigerians as to his true identity. Oga urged the former president to atone for the innocent blood before advising youths on how to elect their leaders. Sit at home. Simon Ekpa, a new bandit, Governor Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State. Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi on Tuesday said the Simon Ekpa group is a new bandit that terrorizes the southeast region and vowed that they must be flushed out, especially as the 2023 general elections approaches next month. Umahi made this known while addressing stakeholders and party members of all the Progressive Congress APC in Abakaliki on Tuesday, being the 3rd of January in the year 2022. The governor said that Ebonyi State can't be part of Biafra and lamented the continued killings and destruction of lives and properties in the region. According to him, when his agitation for Biafra started, I told them that this matter will go beyond Nnamdi Kanu, and today it has gone beyond Nnamdi Kanu. Every criminal says he's IPOB, every criminal says he is ESN. Now we have another bandit they call Simon Ekpa. Is this the Biafra we desired? To be killing ourselves and displacing others. That is why we said in the heat of that crisis that the Ebonyi State can never be part of Biafra. We are not Biafrans, according to Dave Umahi. If Biafra is to be killing ourselves, to go to the market and start shooting people that have done nothing, to be declaring sit at home in our homeland and destroying the economy, for what reason? These things are strange to our culture, according to David Umahi. We have phones, and we call our people to call us on phone and tell us where these people are. The police and the Mbaka security outfit are on the ground. I warn politicians who use these boys. They are the ones that go to court to sue Ebubago. They go to national television to condemn Ebubago. They have killed a lot of Ebubago people who are trying to protect our people. I ask all the local government people to give us information because we are ready to enter into the forest to flush out these bandits, he stated. We are waiting for you to go and do that. David Umahi, you get the point now. We are waiting for you to go and do that. Another news on our hand here. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria have urged President Muhammadu Buhari to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to address the masses, to address the public, to make sure that these killings stopped in the southeast because of his incarceration or because of the order of sitting at home, which is being cajoled by one Mr. Simon Ekpa, who called himself disciple to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And so many occasions, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have distanced himself from anything or any activities of Simon Ekpa, according to the lawyer Ifeanyi Ejiofor. But right now, the Human Rights Writers Association are advising Oga Bubu to let this DSS allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to address the masses on the social media. Let there be all these media houses, Channel, Arise, Sahara, and the rest of other hosts of brown envelope media houses. Let them come and interview him and let him address the masses. I think that is the best thing to do to make sure that all this nonsense of sit at home is going to stop on our land. Not that we are giving up the struggle. We are still on the struggle. But issuing a directive of sit at home, whereas the person who have been in incarceration said he knows nothing about that, is a call for concern. So, President Muhammadu Buhari, it is high time you do this to save the Easterners from all this impending doom that is flocking around them. Only if you are not the sponsor of what is happening in the region. But if you are, fine and good, you will answer the call of nature when the time is right. The Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has called on President Muhammadu Buhari to allow the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to address the media to put an end to the confusion surrounding the sit-at-home order in the southeast. This is following a series of skirmishes and targeted violence and attacks mass-minded by some armed supporters of the Finland-based Simon Ekpa. People living and doing businesses in the south have been under siege in recent months as they cannot go about their legitimate businesses in the southeast. The IPOB leadership has on many occasions distanced itself from any sit-at-home, urging Nigerians living in the zone to go about their legitimate businesses, but that has not stopped the killing of the people in the southeast in the name of sit-at-home. There have been stories of killings and maiming of innocent Nigerians who altered the sit-at-home order for no reason or the other, as the southeast is shut down every Monday and on other occasions, which is not channeled or carried out by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's order, other than Simon Ekpa, who is based in Finland and giving the order. And now, the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, through a statement signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Emmanuel Onwubiko, is calling on Buhari to let Kanu personally address the media, affirming and categorically confirming the suspension of the sit-at-home order. Human Rights Writers Association has also criticized the law enforcement agents and the Department of State Service for the failure of intelligence to nip in the bud the dozens of bloody attacks effectively happening in the region. The Human Rights Association of Nigeria accused the police and other security agencies in the southeast of being happy watching the commoners being decimated, degraded, and almost on the verge of being wiped off the earth. They are very, very happy because when all these things will be happening, when you call them, you can never find any of them around. Then they will later appear from nowhere when all these crimes have been perpetrated. Until now, they have never found anybody or anyone being questioned or being arraigned before the justice, so that the law will take its full course. They are happy, and they are the ones that is imported all this violence. So let us tell ourselves the gospel truth. The president should let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speak to the Igbo people to affirm or deny the report by his lawyers that he had ordered an end to the sit-at-home order, which one Mr. Simon Ekpa, an alleged follower of the detained leader, disputed and ordered for forceful implementation of the so-called sit-at-home order. Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria have pleaded. The group further pointed out that a live television broadcast by Kanu on the confusion surrounding the sit-at-home order would assuage the suspended animation and suspicions by some persons loyal to Simon Ekpa, and that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not order an end of the economically stagnating sit-at-home order in the southeast of Nigeria. Secondly, just as was done in Ukraine, President Muhammadu Buhari should democratize arms license so saying adult Nigerians can bear AK-47 and AK-49. If President Muhammadu Buhari is not the sponsor of the chaos in the southeast, then let his government adopt a pragmatic approach, such as permitting that Kanu addresses the media as a matter of extreme urgency to put an end to these killings, it said, according to the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria President Emmanuel Omubiko. How farmer header classes can be addressed in Nigeria, new Miyetti Allah National President Ngazima, according to him. The new national president of Miyetti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, McBain, has unveiled a 4-point national agenda as a pinnacle to the age-long farmer health classes in the country. This was at a thank you visit to the Yobe State Governor, May Malabuni, for his support all the process that brought on board the new leadership of the association. He said that his administration will pursue the national agenda under the acronym CORE: Consultations, Orientation, Reintegration, and Empowerment. We have to go around the country to orient pastoralists towards peace and pursuing their peaceful businesses of cow rearing. Cow rearing is a business. We are more of a trade group doing our legitimate businesses. Cow rearing is also a personal business. So let that person go for ranching, as simple as that. Buy your land and ranch it. Anytime you are tired with your business, you can sell off the land as well. That is how more developed countries that Nigerians are copying, that is how they do. Cow business is never a government business, and we can never make it a government budget. So the earlier you people get it into your thick head, the better. Because I wonder why some people in this life thinking like cows. Want government to legalize open grazing so that you keep going from one people's farm to the other, destroying their livelihoods. It can never be done, and it can never be done that way. It is not a government business and can never be government business. How am I vicious if all these cattle dealers are paying taxes? We are not a criminal group, and this group also needs protection from the government, he said. According to the national president, there has been a general loss of sense of belonging among the pastoralists in recent times due to extortion, kidnapping, farmer-header conflict, cattle rustling, and banditry, which they have been at the receiving end. Instead of seeing them as victims, the generality of the country sees them as the criminals. For members are not criminals, he insisted. He assured that McBain will draw the government's attention towards empowering members of the association who are victims of the crisis. This is because there have never been a time when the pastoralists were supported or assisted after losing their means of livelihood from the protracted Boko Haram insurgents and other forms of insecurity in most parts of the country. This is what you people brought to us, so you people should do what? To live with it in your own way. Pastoralists have gone through hell and fire, and they have virtually lost their source of livelihood, he claimed. On the encroachment of grazing reserves, national and international cattle rails, Baba Osman Ngazima blamed the menace on urbanization and the high demand for land, which he said is not growing, and meaning that government should legalize open grazing. It can never be so, and we can never do what? We can never support that. You people have to go and look for land and buy. This is a personal business and not a government business. I don't see the reason why government should be intervening on this very, very matter. Government should be the one self to arrest all these people and show them the way to the prison, because the only thing they can do to the country is do what? Is foment troubles. kill people and man people anywhere they go, which is never supported and can never supported. You understand? So let us proceed with the most of the news we still have in hand to make this broadcast meaningful for my listeners and viewers and subscribers all over the world. Tinubu's lack of integrity forced Buhari to stay away from APC campaign council Atiku camp. Okay, they are still busy throwing tantrums. The spokesperson of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Presidential Campaign Council, Kola Ologbondiyan, has said that lack of integrity of the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Bola Tinubu is responsible for the President Muhammadu Buhari's absence from the APC campaign. Okute News report that Kola Abi-Kloruke made this known in a statement in Abuja late on Wednesday, January 4th of 2023. He noted that Tinubu was the least qualified person to campaign using integrity as a tool because he is surrounded by several allegations bordering on corruption, perjury, inconsistency in name, as well as alleged narcotics offense. Ologbondiyan also questioned Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the identity theft of the former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, which was deliberately used by his campaign organizations to portray him as a bright young boy. The Atiku and the Kowa campaign further said Buhari's continuous absence from APC campaign is due to inability of Tinubu to provide a convincing explanations of the alleged forfeiture of $460,000 to the United States of America authorities in a narcotics-related matter 30 years ago. The statement reads, "It is not an absurdity that a presidential candidate that is beleaguered by several allegations bordering on corruption, perjury, identity theft, inconsistent in name, as well as alleged narcotics offenses, for which he forfeited a gargantuan sum of $460,000 to the United States of America, could muster the courage to address any gathering whatsoever on the issues of integrity." As Asiwaju Tinubu defended the identity theft of the picture of former governor of Cross River State, Donald Duke, which was deliberately used by his campaign organizations to portray him as a bright young man. Our campaign also holds that President Muhammadu Buhari is distancing himself from Tinubu's campaign because of the inability of the APC presidential candidate to provide a convincing explanation on his links to the alleged forfeiture of the whooping sum of $460,000 to the United States of America authorities in narcotics-related matters that happened 30 years ago. We therefore counsel Tinubu to stop dishing empty promises to Nigerians, since compatriots are yet to recover from similar events which he led in the past administration. We urge Nigerians to continue to give their support to the leading presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the collective drive to rescue and rebuild our nation. You lied, mister. I repeat myself, you do what? You lied. Who is convincing and what made you think that Atiku is the leading presidential candidate? That is the thing. What made you to think that Atiku is the leading presidential candidate? All these things. Anyway, we are in a political season, so people can say whatever they like or whatever they want to do. Another one don't happen again, no. All these people said we are practicing democracy in Nigeria should to rethink. Again, police allegedly arrest 3 Nigerians for criticizing Aisha Buhari. 3 people have been arrested by the Nigerian police for criticizing the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, in connection to a woman identified as Katim Ahmed, believed to be staying in Saudi Arabia. According to Daily Nigerian, the suspects arrested include Salisu Isiaku, Salisu Habibi, and Zubairu Ahmed. Security source that spoke with the platform disclosed that the suspects were arrested on the 14th of December in the year 2020, that is last year, and detained in Abuja without access to their families and lawyers. Ahmed, in an audio message shared on WhatsApp, and other social media platforms condemned Aisha Buhari for ordering the arrested of a final year student of the Federal University, Dutse, Jigawa State, and participating in brutalizing him. Recall that Aminu Mohammed and one Zainab Kazim, a former heir to the First Lady, were arrested last year. While the student was arrested for criticizing the First Lady, Zainab was also arrested for alleging getting access to the First Lady's Instagram account and deleting her post. Wow. The duo were later released and charges were dropped against them after much outcry by Nigerians. Ahmed, while daring Aisha to arrest her in an audio posted on a YouTube channel at Jarum Hausa TV, said the First Lady's grandparents were itinerant foreigners wandering in the bush. She said, "Your husband deceived us, lying and crying. It's a good that we elected him, and his election has exposed all the Fulanis in Nigeria. Your government is silent about the killings of Hausa people by Fulani. The Southerners have rained all manner of abuses against you, but you are silent. Now you are intimidating Northerners." The platform disclosed that detectives from the Force Intelligence Bureau (FIB) at the force headquarters tracked the trio and arrested them over their alleged contact with Ahmed. A security source at the presidency said that spoke with the platform said one of the suspects, Salisu Isiako, is a blue change operator who was arrested for exchanging Saudi riyals for naira for her. The source said initially he was charged with terrorism financing, but later changed to cyber stalking when police listed that the transaction between them was up to about 500,000 naira. The police are under intense pressure from Madam First Lady to deal with the suspects. She wanted the suspects to be charged to court for what? What for? That somebody does not have a freedom of speech in this country again. Look at what happened in the UK. The newly elected King Charles was passing when citizens of that country threw 3 eggs. I don't know the meaning of that 3 eggs. Threw 3 eggs on him with his first lady or his queen or his wife when they were walking on the streets. You get the point now. And we never heard that boy had been prosecuted or jailed or killed or dealt with. What kind of a democracy are we practicing in Nigeria? Is it a democracy for only the rich people? Then the poor people have nothing to say. When they say anything, you will track them and arrest them. But that same police cannot track the hoodlums that have filled all our bushes to arrest them. They have not tracked the kidnappers that have filled all our bushes and they get them arrested. Only arresting the innocent ones simply because they make one statement or the other. And you tell me this country they can move forward. They will not move forward. They will not move forward because the international community never wanted them to move forward. And they are the ones that even complicating these whole issues. Any small thing got him arrested and detained. And the police will foolishly and mummuli go to arrest people simply because of the words of their mouth. Anyway, let us continue. Even the release of Dutse University students was not done with her consent, and she was angry with IG, the General of Police, over the withdrawal of charges against the boy. Oh, you are even angry over the withdrawal? Can't you see that your brain is not working well? Simply because they call you First Lady, now you have turned to the semi-god. Now thunder will fire all of una. As all of una they spoil this country, Ugu go kill all of una. And your children shall never see anything peace in this country. Foreigners that fool our land. Instead of them to stand with one leg, they are now even standing with both legs and be bold enough to be arresting its citizens simply because of one comment on the other. No, thunder will fire you. Nonsense and stupid set of people. Where is the democracy in Nigeria? Where is democracy? The right to human in Nigeria now is amount to nothing. Simply because you people think that you are rich and other ones are born to rule and they are born to be poor. What were you before you become the first lady of this country? What is your level? That is the question that need to be answered. And a lot of people have asked these questions. Is it your petty business that you are doing that you can use to boast of wearing diamonds that worth millions of dollars almost on daily basis? Nonsense set of people. So my good people of Biafra, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind, this is where we are coming to the end of this broadcast today. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible. Make sure you turn on the notification button so that you will be notified each time we go live or post something on this channel or another channel related to Okute Daily Talks. But I come your way again. Today is Thursday, being the 5th day of the month of January in the year 2023. We have kicked off the race, so let us continue the race. And with the help of Almighty God and Allah, we are going to attain the height which we have prayed for in this month and in this year of 2023. Have a nice day. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk. Bye for now.